Hi Cancer, welcome back. We are here to do your March reading. I am recording this live but hosting it later because I'm pumped and trying to get all these videos done during Mercury retrograde. For those of you that don't know, I'm a psychic medium. I am going to cover the astrology and this energy, and I have changed the format because of the fact that a lot of us are looking at love at the moment, and we do have Juno in Libra, marriages, contracts, partnerships. It does currently fall in your fourth house. Now that is linking into domestic situations, your home-related environment, your health. It's where the collective energy is, and everyone has been in that vibration for 12 years. Now, last month's energy is really coming through in this spread, and it is pertaining to the way in which you're going to be looking at romance. I'll cover. There are, and definitely, there's a home-related dynamic going on. I'll say that. Now, this is, there's three areas: home, which finances and work, and family-related dynamic. And another thing that's coming through is like tying up loose ends and something directly you guys are stuck on. Now, stuck in, stuck on thinking, stuck on dealing, pertaining to is there a solution? Now, I named this video Method to the Madness because you may have an idea in mind. And I really do feel this is how you came to be where you are. There was a thought process of what you thought this would be, right? We all get there, I'll be honest. Now, let me break it down for you. We'll get into the love. And I'll look at the astrology if I feel I need to directly relate to it. But it is, I pulled a lot of clarifiers. I mean, if you could see this table. Now, I prefer to do reads. I can directly read you psychically without the energy. But wanting to move away from the egoic experience, because I do have a lot of Cancerian energy in me. I also do know a lot of clients that are Cancer. I also have a lot of Libran clients, etc., etc. We can continue. So I tend to like to pull the cards, not observing, tune into what I'm seeing, and then directly look at the cards. It's the way I operate. So it has nothing to do with anyone but the energy that's coming through. Your crowning energy, to me, is very much pertaining to last month. Last month's energy, in a sense that we had the sun in Pisces, we had Mercury in Pisces, we had the moon energy in that location. It did cross over Aquarius. And with that, it might have been an energy of needing to be detached, needing to look at things from an external point of view. Male energies were going through a lot of activations within their core frequency. And feminine energies were having a lot of crown chakra activation. Now, towards the end of the month, heart chakra was being pushed, but it was more to do with underneath. It was more this energy here where, you know, it had moved. The energy had moved. So if this is a spiritual connection you're tuning into, or you're directly Cancer and you're watching, the Pisces moon energy, it's a very unique frequency to move through. Many of these energies are linking back to 1-2 years ago. So if you look back to what you had been doing then, it has been an ongoing cycle you've been trying to move out of, and all of us collectively have been doing this. We've all been trying to tie up loose ends, create new foundations. There was a lot of purging, going on around that time where we were really going inside, because Pisces and the Scorpionic energy with Mars energy that we had last month, it is very much like the frequency we're experiencing in 2018 and the end of 2017. There was a lot of triggers around then. And the Pisces energy is deeply psychic. You as a zodiac sign are deeply psychic. Your crowning energy, to me, what it's showing me is you had a revelation around then. You really had to go into your mind to see the bigger picture. Your love interest energy is coming through with conflict, okay? They are feeling that there is a situation, and again, the energies can swap. There's a situation that needs resolving. It can be pertaining to the past. It is a cycle that hasn't tied up as yet. which it's coming to a head because it's the crowning energy on your love interest side, but it's pertaining directly to a situation involving the both of you or a blockage in the path. However it links and lands, they're coming through with a clarifier of knowing that this too needs to pass. It needs to shift somehow. And it can be even the awareness of it and knowing crunch time is coming. I also feel you're looking at it as well. Whatever this is, both of you energetically might be ending old cycles, whatever they are, and trying to build a foundation, be it you together or not. There is a frequency going on where it had fatigued you, and the Pisces energy would have done such. Be it your males would have been very much in their third eye for a while. Females were having the energy move up and through, and potentially a mirroring effect, but not so much in a sense that, how do I put it? It was an upgrade of the masculine energy. So when we look at masculine, each one of us, be it we're female or male, hold both energies inside us. The masculine, the hunter-gatherer, you know, the Mars energy, the feminine, the intuition, the nurturer, the psyche, the emotional feeling. This, in a way, has been work, 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 no play. Some of these things have been unfinalised. So it has been quite a delay for these things to finalise. This, in their opinion, could cause real problems. At the heart of it, you know, the separation or the emotion pertaining to it, they don't want this to be the outcome. Some of them, they feel old, needs to go, and it can be very Pluto energy. Very Pluto in a sense that at the moment, it's causing issues at home. Okay, they may have had someone that passed, because that's another energy that can be so. And from that point onwards, it could be that life has been different for them personally and the way they look at things. So, and it's unique that this is coming through. It may be, and I know I talked to Giggle, and you know, we were pulling cards. I pulled the cards and she pulled some cards, and I went, look what I've got. So similar energies come through. With these situations going on, we are in a realization of how short life is. And they do know that this is part of life, right? That there's births, deaths, endings, there's cycles. This cycle is causing conflict. And it may be that they had many starts and stops in life. But they see the beauty in endings and new beginnings. And it's interesting because I'm seeing Scorpio on the card. There's a scorpion at the corner. There's the spider to the side. And there's the white rose of purity, the innocence of the endings and new beginnings. It's usually the innocence comes after the fact. So that of what is haunting the situation, it is a matter of time before, yes, there is light. But currently, where it stands, it is causing stagnation. It's residue frequency. That can be pertaining to their side of the fence or yours, all linked. But I'm feeling for many of you, it's looking at this whole entire situation and how it's making them vibrationally feel towards it. They energetically feel that justice has not been served, okay? That it's been an imbalance. And I feel it's more not from a judgmental point. Again, with the scales, Juno currently is in Libra, which is in your physical foundation house. And I have pulled cards for that area, and it is making synchronistic patterns. So you'll see as we move into the read. There could be unfairness that is happening to you. Again, they could feel as well that they have unfairness. So it's, in general, there is lack of momentum due to the fact of an imbalance of such. Now, the clarification for this, is the Six of Swords in reverse. So the injustice, in a way, they may need to let go for you to make a decision based on this because they don't feel they have any control over it. They also feel as though somehow it's like a mirroring effect. It's like, no, you make the choice. No, you make the choice. This is where someone is wanting, they feel that's the wrong approach. And I'm going to pull another card because I'm feeling at a healing level. This is at a healing level, and that's why they don't want to make a decision for you because they don't feel it has, it's not their role. This can even be for you to reconcile with them if you're single. They don't feel that's their role. They don't want to be manipulative. They want you to reach this conclusion yourself, if that is one scenario that's playing out. Because I'm reading for a large group. Where are the chakra cards? Here they are. I'm telling you, I've been living in this office at the moment during Mercury retrograde. And if you've wondered why I haven't come live so often, because I've been fiercely doing bookings, I have also been recording during Mercury retrograde, doesn't work. And then if the computer goes on and off, because I'm psychic, it kind of mucks with the frequency. People be complaining. Okay, what is the energy pertaining to, please? What is this decision? What area is it linked to? Yeah, they want you to come to this revelation. This is where they want you to use your imagination. They feel that this is something for you. They potentially can see what's going on. But just because they can see, just because they say, it's not their role. It's not that. It's just not their role. They're wanting you to find clarity because you're creating energy. Ooh. Wow. I tell you, if I could have this camera detached and just show you the floor, they want you to choose what your heart's desire is. They yearn for you to have that. They want that change. Goals, passion, craving, fulfillment. They know that you might be afraid to do this because it's in the upright, but they want you to battle this demon. They want you to reach peace with something, A, B, C, D, whatever that be. They want it to be your truth. They want you to live your brightest dreams. Life isn't perfect. We're all there. Now, Cancer, you guys are coming through like you're recovering. All right. This change, so many changes for you guys. Trust me, we've all had change. For you guys, in your birth chart, your nodes might not be smack bang Cancer. Let's just be honest. Each person's nodes will be different, but the energy of the nodes are directly affecting your first house. So the way you see yourself, the way you show yourself to the world is all being reinvented. Your career, the way you're working towards it, the way you're looking at family, all of these things have been changing. So you're coming up to a point where you've had to battle quite a few things. You've been on your A game, you've been at the bottom of the pit, and you've been up at the top of the barrel. I do feel this person knows that because they too also in their life have been through a very similar frequency. Not the same, but they grasp the concept of what that responsibility. Nobody's responsibility or experiences are equally, it's not a competition. That's what I'm hearing. It's not a competition. It's they can directly relate. They too also have adversity. You too also have adversity. But you're picking up the pieces. And again, it's this constant changing cycle where you're trying to intuitively see the bigger reason why all of this is happening. Like, is there a synchronicity? Is there a direct reason? Am I cursed? Or have I missed something? Is it something about me? Is it something about another person? It's trying to put Humpty Dumpty back together again. Should have called the video that. Now, your next card you have, and I had to, because when I look at the cards, I build it up because I feel energies and I can feel number of energies. Yes, there's a situation pertaining to family. Yes, there's a situation pertaining to employment, and it's unique, your employment card you've got. There's this push, pull, and you guys are like bread and butter, except there's less butter and too much bread, and you've got not enough to cover it all. This energy I clarified. Now, at the heart of it, it's like separation. Okay, so you might be suffering after a separation where you had to pick the pieces up, and at the heart of it, you know, spiritually, maybe peace hasn't been resolved from that situation, or you're wanting to separate, or you're wanting to have a person go. But I'm feeling more it's to do, and I pulled clarifies because I was like, okay, I'm feeling this to be a separate energy. This, then I built it up and I was like, okay. For those of you who this is relevant, this is two things. You in your own life, as a healer, have had to be self-healed. So you have had to, after separations, people not being there, can even be from childhood, had to pick your life up. You in your own life have had to be your own parent. Now, that's not to say you didn't have perfect parents, but you might have, in your own energy, felt different. And due to that, and we all do, I'll be honest with you, in my life growing up and with other people, I've realised this, where we can't energetically get something from Kim, we will directly get from somebody else. And it can be in a friendship term, it can be having male bosses, it can have female bosses, it can be girlfriends, or, you know, we get the energy elsewhere from where we can't directly receive it. So people do the best they can. This has been challenging for you. So in your emotional body, you've had to be very self-reliant. You have had a lot of, it could have been you've had a lot of separations, it could have been you've had a lot of letdowns, but there's also a separate conversation going on here pertaining to this love interest. There may have been a mindset where you've looked at it and realised that this person has to stand on their own 2 feet in some shape or form, because this is about, this can be your internal energy of your emotional feelings where you've had to be self-reliant, okay? As a son, as a daughter, self-reliant, whoever you are on this side, Cancer. But I do feel there's also the awareness that this other person has had to be this. Then I pulled another clarifier. That has been painful for both energies. But it's like you're a sponge at the moment, and this is a very risky energy to be in, okay? You guys navigated by the moon are deeply empathic. Where you are family orientated, you're known as the family sign. When we are around energies higher frequency, we vibrate effectively, and it grows us. When we are around, and that's coming through over here too, when we're around other energies, we absorb their energy and own it like it's your fault. That happens to psychic people, I'll tell you. It's like vibrational vampire attack, because you own it, guilt. It can be a pain body experience from the past lives, or this lifetime, but it's not, it's by having rest. When the psychic portal opened last month, because it's very Neptunian energy, it's very, you know, crown chakra activation. Look at my face, crown chakra activation. You need to clear your energy regularly, because you can absorb people's frequencies and you will start vibrating that way. Now, you're feeling this is unfair, but you get the deal. But it's been frustrating of having to be, you know, self-reliant, having to pick pieces up, painful truth of the crown chakra is telling you something about this whole situation. You're wanting a celebration. You want some happiness. You want to bring life together. And this is pertaining to an empress, a person. This can be within yourself or directly within the partnership, but I feel it's within a partnership. You know, how you view yourself and how they view you overall. You're wanting to create. You're wanting to bring everything together. You're wanting to have happiness. You want to have that happy ending. Now, something's going to come in where you're going to have to deal with it if you're physically wanting that happy environment. Whatever that be. This can be, you could be in a relationship that you're not happy in, something's shifting. It can be a dynamic that needs to directly be moved about. Now, they're feeling like they want freedom in general. They want a light of energy, very similar to the way you're wanting, but they also feel that you have some wounds. This can be career related. It can be... Now, this card can be two things. Either they're feeling that something hasn't quite matured yet, or that there is a younger energy, because immature energy can be younger energy because it's in your 4th house. So I'm articulating it the way they're showing me. Family-related dynamic, either from childhood or directly kin, because you've got 4th motivation. So they're just pausing at the moment and reflecting and looking at this because, again, they don't want to be the catalyst to this. They wish for you to have the clarity. They're dealing with a lot of things on their side of the table as well, and you'd have to cross-reference and look at their zodiac, otherwise book a read. You're wanting to come through... You're working really hard. You're doing all you physically can. But the 9 energy is coming through. There is a delay on some of these emotions coming up, and it's interesting because you've got the 9 and you do have the Hermit here. I'm going to bounce over here and we'll come back to love because it is all linking in. Overall, you had an idea at the beginning of the year, potentially even from 3 years ago. Again, growth in general, where you wanted to go. This can also be a revelation at the beginning of the month pertaining to downloads that you had last month. So it's, in general, the idea is divinely guided, whatever that be. If ideas are coming towards you, and it's unique because the way I'm seeing the card, it's linking to the past. It does remind me of Sagittarius and Neptune for some reason. You've worked very hard to bring things full 360. But again, it's pointing in that there may be one area. Again, claircognizance. Pay attention to your thoughts and ideas that come to you as they are answered prayers. And it's interesting because 2 days ago, and I still haven't done the Pisces moon video. I'm recording, and backtracking to do the Pisces moon in between recording for last month, okay? I'm saying now, the masculine energies, and this can be within your career if you're female watching, hunt together a remote, etc. There is an energy upgrade in that area. So if you're a feminine, yes, you will have forward movement when it does come to this month moving forward. If you're a male energy, it's the yin and yang of that. It's the upgrade, and it's looking at things from the perspective where you can gain clarity of what occurred last month. It's going to give you some ideas on how to trust your intuition. Go into your intuition, go into hermit mode. Spirituality doesn't have to be a complicated thing. It's just giving yourself enough time to actually sit in your own thoughts. Don't keep yourself busy. Females, we can keep busy when we're very agitated. And yeah, sometimes through that process we can get downloads. Other times you're avoiding it. So then you get the 3 o'clock in the morning wake up because you're not listening to your higher consciousness. So if you are having trouble sleeping, this is due to the fact that your crown is activated and you're not listening. Our bodies tell us, when we're moving through an awakening, our bodies tell us and we have to listen. If they don't, they get really angry at us and our oversouls directly intervene. You are 2 areas you're getting downloads, both this month and pertaining to, in general, your intuition as a Cancer. Breathe in reverse. I'll read the card. And whenever I hear sirens, it's Archangel Michael. Police officials, etc. Take several deep breaths and exhale slowly to awaken your energy and release old patterns. It's in reverse. Now, we can take this two ways. Stop getting too busy. Take some time. Rest, sit, hear, listen. Ignore all white noise. It can be people, it can be whoever it is. Sit back, be in your own energy. You have that relationship with yourself. You are in the driver's seat. You're in power. Now, I pulled a clarifier to this. I was like, okay, what's this about? Your spirituality, filling your cup, what fulfills you, what is harmony. This can be a very spiritual connection. But I feel it's also with your divinity. It's with just loving yourself and being yourself. That being enough. Receiving that love, replenishing your cup, finding forgiveness. But there is a lot of hermit mode energy here. You know, you could be potentially a little bit too harsh on yourself. You may be feeling that you're being judged, okay? It could be that you may be being judgmental, but I feel it's vice versa. It's an energy you are feeling that it's like, wow, triggered. I feel this is a meditated state, and you're looking at something that you thought one way about, and now you may think another way about, but it's reflection, okay? Because we are looking at the fact that there's an old trigger coming up. It could be triggering judgmental energy or projection, but it also could be reflection over what hasn't been resolved. And then going into that spiritual sense of the Ace of Cups to fill your cup and get to the root cause so that you can gain some clarity on it. Then you have the energy of career transition in reverse. And when I read it, it was saying that right now, due to a lot of changes going on, you know, it's a stuck energy. But so it's not, you're in it, it's going to grow, it's part of your life cycle. Well, if there's a delay for a reason. That's what it's been showing me. But for most of you, if you're in a career, you sort of are stuck. And even if you wanted to transition, I'm hearing you're sort of stuck due to some transitional changes. There's conflict going on. So it's like you're going into your intuition and going, okay, how do I do this? What do I do? How am I going to move this around? Now, healthy lifestyle in reverse and needing to go into spirituality again. So again, the energy can be overcompensating in the sense of trying to gain sustenance. Could be that you're really busy and not able to eat a balanced diet. They're also, you know, with the unhealthy eating, I'm going to pull a chakra card. I wouldn't be surprised if solar plex comes up because I've learned a lot about chakras over the years. Let's see. What is this blockage for Cancer? Too many. Well, there you go, too many. I did. Yes, you need to. You're balancing the yin and yang. You've got throat chakra, crown chakra. Let me see. Okay, if you are a masculine energy, as I said, last month, Leo Moon is the third eye, the ego, the strength card, but the yellow chakra directly does link into solar plexus. Masculine energies, or if you're a Cancer and you're a female, the inner child wounds, the creativity, could be a family-related dynamic, could be a work venture. The activation chakra is solar plexus for masculines. Okay, this is one of their chakras. It was activated at the beginning of last month. So this is pertaining to, from last month to now, there's a need to recoup, react, and deal. Now, all these chakras were activated for all of us. Okay, and they've all come through. Inner child creativity, where to go, what to do, internal healing on that level, and releasing. Releasing. The communication. Be in the receiving end, be on the giving end, the give and take in it. A lot of regressing back over old energies, but also moving into your mind of what you're seeing now. You might have said something in the past, and now does it resonate? You might have thought something was in the past, or a trigger might have come up of your download, and you're articulating it. But as above, as below. So is both matching? You might be feeling, what am I going to do? How do I look at this? The key is faith in yourself. Know that you will find the answer, but take some time. There's no going back, that's true, but what is the path forward is key. Now, there can be a really, really unjust situation going on right now that you are meditating upon. In your career sector, it's asking you to give your energy of your finances, your money. You've got career in reverse where you're not moving. So it's just a pause. There may be a situation that comes up that needs dealing with. All is fine. Now, that doesn't mean to say you're losing a job. I'm not feeling that at all. But it is meaning that there's going to be something at the beginning of the month that comes up that may be worked through, but you are protected. Also, you do have as a clarifier that this is something to do with the past. This is a past tense energy that is coming up to be dealt with. I do feel also this is an opportunity where you are where you're meant to be. And I do feel in career and such, you're very eager to get things off the ground. And if you have been working on a project, it's saying, you know, the energy you put into it, it's destined. There is going to need to be a compromise, though. And you might be, you know, you're looking at your projects, but it's looking at it from a different angle. I'm not having a bad feeling there. Let me look. Look at how the world's in the hand. There's a lot of luck around that at the moment. But I do feel this is destiny, but it's again, look to the past to see how, and this can be going over old ways, trying to, how do I put it? Because they're giving me a few messages here. It's odd because they're holding a map and it's to the stars and they're looking up. Again, you're being asked to have faith. I'm feeling this energy like there's two ways to, you know that old saying, 2 ways to skin a cat? Sounds terrible. I have a cat, okay? No shade. There's 2 ways. It's you know, get the download. This creative venture, you know, it might be you feel pulled in 2 directions, but it's like, do I do it this way? Do I do it that way? And again, the crow being there, it does feel like there is a differing way of doing it, but, you know, I'm hearing die trying, like really working hard, really, really working hard. And then the Cancerian calls, I'll be fine. Now, you've got for your family and tribe, again, moon cycle, and your energy is navigated by the moon. You are the family orientation, the moon energy. Around last moon's energy and this moon, something pertaining to family is coming up. You will get some aha epiphany moments. This is coming through for you, and tune into why and where they're coming from. Please do not go funny on me. I'm telling you, my crown chakra always mucks with this. So you need to meditate upon it, but I do feel that you're going to have an epiphany moment when it comes to people you're mixing with, tribe, and a synchronistic pattern. Your relationships and your health at the moment, the clarification card is that there's going to be harmony restored between relationships and connections. And again, a home-related dynamic, or the fourth house placement is you have to look at this area. It is directly impacting you if it is not resolved. There can be a consequence for that, which could be, separation, or it could be due to a separation. It was causing disharmonies. Again, I pulled a clarify to find out what this was relating to. And yes, it clarified it was a past tense energy, like an energy of reaping what you sow. So the consequence for a situation, by dealing with this, it's going to help the health get back on track. By not, it could cause issues, but it can be pertaining to an ex situation, an old situation, a family member who is no longer there, etc. However it lands, but it's like something will be dealt with and it is going to resolve. But this is pertaining to, a situation that hasn't ended, especially with your counterpart's energy looking at the situation from the bigger picture of a cycle has not closed out. This can be just at a spiritual level, letting your emotions get the better of you, something coming up for you, having to look at it. If it's nil and void, discard it. If it's a 3D situation, needing to find, some clarity on that energy. Now, I pulled an energy before I love you and leave you. I will see you mid-month and we'll check into romance. This is a past tense situation. You have this card in reverse, and I'll read it to you. And whenever we see feathers, and it's unique because I was telling you the story that the other morning I went out, and I did see an energy in the clouds and it looked like a phoenix. And this very much is what it looked like. Now, the card is in reverse. With the chakra cards that I pulled for you guys, with the health, with the recoup, you're having an upgrade of your chakra system. There's an activation from last month and it's still playing out now. Look at the way there's like this storm in the background coming, but there's sun, it's coming through. Now, the card's in reverse, overcoming difficulties. What you're not saying is by not doing that, it's blocking the movement forward. It's reaching a stagnant point. You'll find a lot of areas in your life will get to that place and it will feel like doors are closed and you're like a rat in a cage. The worst is now behind you and you are surmounting any previous challenges. So it's by not dealing with it that it's making more and more and more. And a full clarifies, yes, it's due to burdens, responsibilities, and things that are dumped on you, but this is causing sickness, getting you up in your head. And again, look at the moon. Sleepless nights, there's a teddy bear at the corner. Again, physical foundation, family, inner child wounds, thoughts. It's, you don't want it to get to the 10, and it's reaching there. It's like, it's reaching there. There is a situation that you're going to be dealing with. If you can work through it, you will have a bright outcome, Cancer. Yes, you will have the foundation you want. You will have the spiritual energy. You will have everything you uniquely desire. It is to do with the foundation, though, and Saturn's going to make that happen. Saturn will show us this month in retrograde. It will be going into your 8th house. Now, your 8th house is to do with what to end and what not. So it's going to help you. And if you don't, it's delaying the inevitable. But it's also looking at the bigger picture, both at a financial level, what you need to move around, what dependable energies are there that you can depend on, and what isn't there. Really, getting into that energy, it will help you deal with some of the conflict. So, we call it the Mars and Pluto energy, but it's also the frequency of life, death, money, legacies, your ability to bounce back, but depending on something that's solid. But healthy codependency, like it could be superannuation, it could be your nest egg for retirement. It's those energies and looking at it realistically. And I feel by viewing it from that perspective of where you do have control, where currently it might have been out of alignment in life and you've been looking at things a little bit like in the Piscean energy, like airy fairy, or, oh gosh, I'm really delusional. Right now I can't see the sky for the clouds. When we are grounded and we move into the Virgo moon, it is a super full moon, okay? So it's tying up those loose ends, compartmentalizing them, putting them away where they need to be. Let's have a look. The Virgo moon for you guys, before I forget, is going to fall into your 3rd house of communication. It's time to speak up. To speak up and, network and do the things you need to do. Deal with these situations, articulate your truth and speak your inner truth. But it is your communications house. And it's letting go of old hurts. And this had come through too, but it's also reaching out potentially from energies of the past and tying up those loose ends. Another energy. And then we're moving back into the new moon in Aries, and that is going to be on the 24th. And again, it will fall back into your, let me look, 10th house. Your 10th house is back in your career sector. So it's like, and that's why it's saying don't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere, Cancer. Career transition, pause, move through the energies that have been holding you back, because it's stopping you moving forward. I do feel many of you, I'm going to pull a clarifier, I would not be surprised if that sector for you guys, have you been on mission? Okay, or have you been off? It's emotional. The emotional connections may be preventing you from reaching the pinnacle in your career. Are there other energies that are affecting it? Love into it. What's your heart's desires? If you're putting your heart into it, it's going to balance. Love and light.